Hey everybody, how's it going? Yesterday featured the first appearance of Bishamonten Kai, so here we go. Here's my first run of this stage. So, gimmick you have to worry about is gravity barriers. That's it. But the more important thing are the minions here. So we've got Zero, the purple looking dude. They are fairly low on HP, so you're gonna want to try and take them out as soon as you can. Because they will delay the turns of all of the slashes on the stage. And the important thing here is you need to take out all of the slashes because if you do not, they will revive each other. And they actually have much more HP than the rest of the monsters, so making sure that you take them out quickly is very important. So you want to keep in mind throughout the stage that you do not want to pinch monsters. You want to be able to move around and dish out as much damage as you can, and constantly moving around. So that's why so for this team, we've got Meruem with his super null gravity barrier. Hopefully you max lucked him. If not, it's not going to be very useful, but getting that extra speed is going to be super useful. Plus having the counter killer on his gauge is also going to be very important in whittling down everybody's HP. Merlin is great just to help top off HP, and his bump combo is really nice. Eschatology, well, mainly because I recently got her that it was nice to use her right away, but her bump combo is also going to help whittle down HP as you pick her bump combo up and move around. You're going to be able to do a little bit of extra damage, which could cash in really nicely. And last but not least, Raw has a Slayer against the slashes here, so being able to take down those minions' HP a little bit quicker is going to be super helpful. And so as you can see, we got rid of the zeros there, so we were able to delay all of the slashes by 3 turns. So we want to make sure we get rid of all of these slashes before those 3 turns are up. So again, constantly keep in mind, do not pinch. You just want to be able to move around, whittle down as much HP, and if you keep that in mind, this is a pretty straightforward stage. Now, I do have an all bounce party, and so there is there's a fear you could get trapped behind monsters or stuff like that. Luckily, this stage started off without a hitch, and we were able to take out the 2 zeros. So again, let's try and 45-degree angle of chaos, always helpful. Now hopefully Merlin can take out the slash there on his own, and yes, that was barely good enough. And so look at this is great. We have 10 turns essentially to take out Bishamonten here, and no other minions to worry about. And that's important. That's going to be important later on because Bishamonten starts to get really tanky in terms of HP. So having this scenario is key to safe, reliably finishing the stage. Bishamonten will revive some of the minions eventually. I may have gotten lucky by knocking her out on that turn. I'm not exactly sure. But they do revive eventually. We'll probably see that on a later stage, but that was super lucky for sure. Alright, we're on battle 5, and note the positions of the zeros. They're a little bit harder to get to, so hopefully your monsters are in an okay position to access them. And I do think this stage I wasn't able to successfully get there. Double checking what Ra's strike shot was. Doesn't look like it's something I want to use. So so he took out that 0 on top, so we get one turn to take out these 3 zeros or slashes. Might be a little difficult. Maybe we're lucky with Meruem's super null gravity barrier, but no. So we're unable to take out the slashes, so they come back. Now as you can see, there's no zeros, so this makes it kind of hard to take them all out in once because that bottom number is the revive. So there's no reason to fret too much because as you can see, the next turn the zeros come back. So now again, basically do the same thing you did on the very first turn again. Take out the zeros, delay the slashes, and then take them out. Now, of course, if you can take out Bishamonten first, by all means do that, because if you take out Bishamonten, the slashes will run away. So, like Meruem right here is in a great position with the weak point and the wall, so having that counter slayer on him, it was definitely the right move there to just go full on attack against Bishamonten there. Alright, so boss stage. Note that the zeros are on top of the stage, so you're going to want to try and get to them as quickly as possible. Now, I don't know. Didn't really pick the best path for Merlin there, but not too bad. We weakened all of the slashes, so hopefully this turn, yeah, I don't know. Eschatology probably should have gone straight up to get those zeros, because now all of the weakened slashes are gone and they're back at full health. Oh well. Anyways, this is what I want to see. Raw, we were able to take out 2 slashes and 2 zeros, so then we get 2 turns to take out those 2 slashes, which were already severely damaged. Perfect. And so, I mean, 7 turns before Bishamonten, undoubtedly does a strong attack. So the fact that we can focus on just taking out Bishamonten for at least a few turns is going to be super important. Probably we're going to see some revives on the next turn, so pick up that sword and do extra damage. Combos. Alright, so deciding if I want to go crazy or just focus on this pair, and I think that worked out. As you can see, Eschatology's bomb combo doing good to whittle down the HP. Oh yeah, one important note, if you do end up taking wrong, the zero is a slayer. Zeros before they do any extra damage to your precious team. Alright, next boss stage. Again, we see the slashes are on top, so a little bit harder to access the zeros, but with the bump combos and all that stuff, we're at least able to take out one. The other one's in critical condition, so we can probably expected. We got rid of that zero, and we have 1 turn to take out those 3 slashes. A little bit iffy if I can get all of them, but Raw's Slayer definitely get that extra multiplier helps a lot. So even though she's actually, no, that's true, the boss is water, but all of the minions, the Slayer, wow, that's bigger than I actually thought. So pretty cool. So now I'm just picking up bump combos here, trying to see if we can dish out extra. Maybe I could have focused more on the weak point, but that's fine. Alright, so we hit Bishamonten revive turn, so we get to see the zeros and slashes, and just don't get too distracted by taking too much time to take out the minions if you're not able to efficiently take them out, because that big number for Bishamonten is undoubtedly a strong attack. So don't lose track of that. You don't want to lose because of that. Alright, final stage. There are 5 slashes all around Bishamonten, and you see that the zeros are at the bottom. I was hoping, my plan was, alright, let's save Merlin's strike shot, let's clear out the zeros first, sorry, slashes. Thought I'd see what Eschatology strike shot would do, but again, thinking about it, I probably should have just held on to that until I used Merlin's strike shot, but whatever. As you can see, all that was $2.5 million, 2.5 million HP, and there's still a lot of gauge left. So Bishamonten is super tanky. Unfortunately, we didn't take out the slash there on top, so now we're in the awkward, catch-up phase. We're gonna have to wait a turn before we see the zeros come back. So, and this was talking about you want to avoid getting pinches. That was not an ideal attack by Meruem. We would love to see him go around more, deal damage to Bishamonten as well as the other slashes. But this should take out the zeros, and might as well use a strike shot since my initial plan was already messed up. Got rid of 1 0. Somehow I didn't get rid of the other one, so it'll be up to Eschatology to run cleanup here. And of course I missed my gauge. So now we have 1 turn to take out the slashes, but since they're all alive, we get the zeros back right away. So, or maybe it was one of those attacks by Bishamonten, but got rid of both of them. So now we have 2 turns to take out the slashes. So that's good news. And finally we take out all of the slashes, so now we have 3 turns basically to take care of Bishamonten. Again, like I warned earlier, the amount of HP that Bishamonten has is pretty insane, so don't underestimate how much damage you actually need to do to Bishamonten. But luckily, and there you go, first try clear for Bishamonten. But of course, the important thing here is what sub bomb combo she will get. I do believe the popular one is going to be the Reflect Laser XL. Oop, got a Divine Shroud. Other people might like the Wave Bomb combo. Personally, I was rooting for the Reverse Dunk Laser just because of how cool it looks. It's probably not the best bomb combo, but it's something I guess Saizo has, so I mean, it looks pretty cool, right? So anyways, let's take a look at what sub bomb combo I got. As we wait for the box to load, just having Null Gravity Barrier, that's the only gimmick you really have to worry about. So otherwise, it's all about can you plan for this stage properly. Don't get pinches. Try and move around as much as possible to reduce HP. And there you go. Yes, I got the reverse dunk laser. So as you can see, the reverse has about 1/4 of the strength as the forward one. But yeah, that's it for me. Let me know if you were able to finish off Bishamonten Kai, or something you're looking forward for the future. And somehow I went through this without having a big cough attack. Woo. Alright, thank you for watching, and until next time, bye bye.